Today, we're starting a 4-part series on building a secure automation pipeline. If you work in GRC or cloud security, you know that catching a misconfiguration after deployment is expensive. This series shows you how to shift that left by catching issues in the pipeline before anything reaches the cloud. This series covers policy testing, CI/CD, cloud authentication, and infrastructure validation. By the end of the series, all of this runs together as one automated workflow. In this video, I'm starting with the foundation, Open Policy Agent or OPA. Think of it as a digital rulebook that enforces security rules before anything reaches the cloud. I'm starting in VS Code instead of GitHub because I want to show you the file contents up close before we put them in the pipeline. The same files listed here are in GitHub as well. Here's the project folder. For this video, we're focusing on these 4 things: the policies security folder, the tests folder, and these 2 JSON files. Inside the Policies Securities folder, there's s3.rego. This is where we write our security rules using a language called Rego. At the top, we define the package. Think of this as the namespace that organizes our rules. The first rule is, if a bucket is missing server-side encryption, it's denied. The second rule is, if the access control list, or ACL, is set to public read, it's also denied. These rules are version controlled, testable, and repeatable. That's what policy as code means. Now let's look at the tests folder. There's a file called s3test.rego. This file tests and validates the policy logic we defined in s3.rego. There are 3 test cases. This tests a compliant bucket with encryption enabled and confirms that deny returns 0 violations. This tests a bucket with no encryption at all and confirms that deny catches it. This tests a bucket with public read ACL even though encryption is present and confirms the ACL rule alone is enough to trigger a denial. Now let's look at the 2 JSON files side by side. These are the 2 sample resources we'll test our rules against. The compliant file has encryption enabled and ACL set to private. The non-compliant file is missing encryption entirely and has ACL set to public read. 2 violations in one file, and this bucket would be open to the internet. Now I'm going to run 2 commands locally here just to show you what the output looks like. You don't need to memorize these commands. In the later videos, all this runs automatically in a pipeline. I'll run the non-compliant bucket first. And here you see OPA returns 2 denial messages, one for missing encryption and one for public read ACL. Now I'll run the compliant bucket. It shows an empty result. That means 0 denials, so this bucket passes. As you can see, we caught real security misconfigurations locally before anything touched a pipeline or the cloud. That's the whole idea. In the next video, we'll put these rules on an automated assembly line using Circle CI. So every time code is pushed, these checks run automatically. The full code and GitHub link are in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.